The following is a Hoop Ball presentation.
Hello and welcome to the Box Score Breakdown for March 11th, 2019. I'm your host, Neil Rochlani, coming to you solo as Mr. Adrian Benjamins. Well, actually on the show. He'll be on for the last game of the night. I am going to record the first handful as he had some family emergencies to deal with, so hopefully everyone is okay there. Just some sickness in his household. So I am hoping it'll be fine, and I'm sure it will. But anyway, which means I will do my best to go through the first 5 games of the evening on my own without being able to bounce any ideas off Adrian. Let's go ahead and start in Cleveland. We had Toronto goes in and gets waxed here, 126-101. Toronto had the full complement of players, so no excuses there. Kawhi Leonard played 31 minutes, actually had a decent game, 25 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, shot 11 of 19 from the field, 3 3-pointers and a steal. Pascal Siakam, 15 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, so that guy was fine too, 1 steal. Lowry, not a bad night either, 14 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists on 5 of 8 shooting. Went 4 of 7 from three-point land, a steal, a block. Gasol, I think he's a big letdown tonight. 22 minutes, as we talked about last night. I expect him to get closer to 30. Maybe I'm wrong because just played 22 tonight with the full complement of players out there. Did have 4 fouls, so maybe that was the reason, but just 2 points on 1 of 6 shooting. Still finding their rhythm with other guys. Danny Green played 20 minutes. OG Anunoby, 26. Chamberlain, 21 off the bench. I think I still trust Gasol. I just think they're trying to figure out how to make this work. I do trust his stat set will come back up to something closer to 40 or 50, but right now he's nowhere near that. So I say just hang tight. Ibaka, as you may have known, did get ejected from this game for a fight. So he could be looking at some extended absence. Not sure how long that'll be. But expected to be, I want to say at least a few games. But I guess we never know until the NBA rules on it. But unfortunately, if you own him and you're in a playoff league, you're going to miss him for probably the rest of the week and maybe even part of next week, depending on how severe that is. So that is too bad. Just one of those really bad breaks. Tonight, 8 points and 7 rebounds in the 17 minutes before he was dismissed from the game or disqualified. Had a block as well. Perhaps that was the big difference. Anyway, on the Cleveland side, Kevin Love, 16 points, 18 rebounds, 2 assists, 4 of 11 shooting, 3 3-pointers. He is rounding into form. Cedi Osman, I really like him next year. Still think he's worth owning this year. 35 minutes tonight, 19 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. He's going to have the green light, and he's one of these players that is not hitting a rookie wall. And seems to be, the more he plays, the more he finds his rhythm in the offense. And to have 7 assists here was just phenomenal. 6 of 16 shooting. 5 of 5 from the free throw line. 2 3-pointers and a steal. Zizic goes for 17 and 7. Brand Knight plays 24 minutes. Does a decent job here. 12 points, 5 assists. Not trusting it. Colin Sexton, this is what I was hoping might happen. 28 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 10 of 18, 4 from the line. When I said it might happen, I mean when I picked him up about 4 months ago, and this clearly did not happen. But I still think he's a future asset in this league, and I'll be looking to draft him next year. if he falls to a place of value. Off the bench, Clarkson, 31 minutes, 14 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. Sexton can be streamed, but I would not count on too much. I'm more on Osman and then Zizic. And, of course, she mentioned Chris here, who fought with Ibaka, was disqualified as well. So we'll see how his suspension plays out. I'm assuming no one here is really, though, counting on Chris to help their team in the playoffs. Sacramento at Washington. Washington gets a nice win here, 121-115. On the Kings side, De'Aaron Fox had a solid night, 23 points, 8 assists, 4 rebounds, 8 of 16 shooting. Did struggle from the line, 5 of 8. Had 2 steals and 2 threes. Cauley Stein, 10, 8, and 2. 5 of 9 shooting with a steal and a block. Harrison Barnes, he has been substituting well. Not substituting, but filling up some of the missed scoring from Bagley. 15 points tonight. He's definitely seen an uptick in scoring since Bagley's gone out. Took 12 shots. Looks much more aggressive out there. 5 3-point attempts. Made one of them, had a steal. Buddy Hield, decent line here. 15, 4, and 2 with a 3-pointer. I should not say decent line. Went 6 of 21 shooting, so it's an off night for him. Probably the difference in why they fell short. Bjelica, he really had a nice night off the bench. He's had a couple of these. I think he's worth... for the playoffs, let's see when Sacramento gets to play multiple games in a week, meaning 4 or more games. That is going to happen the final week. Excuse me, all 3 weeks of the playoffs. Sacramento has 4, 4, 4, and 4 the next 4 weeks. So if he is somehow still out there and you're in a head-to-head league, stream Bjelica, I believe. And he could help you win a round or maybe even your league at the very end. Harry Giles, likewise, 12 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 22 minutes. Obviously not dropping anyone of value for these guys out inside the top 100. But if they're on the cusp with 4 games each week, these guys can probably do a better job than if you have someone for 2 or 3. Especially Ibaka. God, that's so unfortunate. Anyway, on the Wizards side, Bradley Beal led the team tonight in scoring, took 28 shots, made 9 of them, 27 points, 9 rebounds, 9 assists, 3 3-pointers, 4 steals. He has just been out-producing his draft position. I think he's close. He's inside the top 15, I believe. Just phenomenal this year. Satoransky has a great game, too. 17 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists. Couple steals, 3 threes. Portis has been a bear since being in DC. 17 points, 13 rebounds tonight, 1 assist, 6 of 12. Shooting 3 steals and a block, doing everything. Jeff Green, still starting, still playing big minutes, 29 minutes tonight, 11, 2, and 2, not much fantasy-wise. Trevor Ariza, 11, 10, and 3. He has been pretty good since coming over to the Wizards. Tonight he kind of struggled shooting. 5 of 14, 1 of 7 from three-point land. Jabari Parker, someone we had talked about here on the show about maybe worth a stream. He continues to do pretty well. 18 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 3-pointers. Another one, let's see, Washington's schedule. If he's out there, you've got Washington 4 games this week, next week, and the week after. So another good streaming option if that's an option for you. Third game of the night, Detroit against Brooklyn. Brooklyn just takes them behind the schoolyard and just beats them up 103-75 on the Detroit side. Drummond, 13-20, 3 assists. Offense still somewhat goes through him a bit. 1 steal, no blocks this evening. Griffin, a very low-end line here, just 10 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists on 1 of 10. Tough night for him. Shooting 1 3-pointer, 1 steal. Did go 7 of 8 from the line, so helped you there. Bruce Brown, not much to speak about in 14 minutes and not really get much of an opportunity here. Had 4 fouls in that 14 minutes. Wayne Ellington, someone who has been talked about as a streamer option. I am not too big on him. As the Wings have yet to really produce there. They just don't get the usage here as they do in other teams. So Wayne Ellington, although he was an asset of Miami, has been borderline startable here in Detroit tonight with the blowout. Didn't really get to that level. Just 6 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 3-pointers. Reggie Jackson, likewise, struggled tonight, 18 minutes. No real fantasy line to speak of. Kind of a throwaway game from him, unfortunately. Ish Smith, the bench guys got a little more run. Galloway got 27 minutes. Smith got 29 off the bench. Kennard, 25, and Thon McCurr, 18. However, no one really put up much fantasy line from the Detroit side. It was actually McCurr, who I'm sure no one owned, had 3 blocks and 1 steal. So that was the only bright side, really. For the Pistons, Brooklyn, slightly different, better story, I should say. Although not the usual suspects. The big line came tonight from Alan Crabb, starting at shooting guard, 14 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, 5 of 8 from the field. This is at the expense of, I'm trying to see who was out. There was really no one who was out, so I guess they decided to roll with Crabb a little more than usual, 35 minutes tonight. Joe Harris, 23 minutes. They spread him around in Brooklyn, the minutes. Unfortunately, everyone had a decent game, but no one had a great game. 12 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. No need to play the starters big minutes tonight. 1 3-pointer, 1 steal. Rodions Karooks, 13, 2 and 1. Shot a very efficient 6 of 8 from the field, a 3-pointer, and 3 steals. D'Angelo Russell, quiet night on his standards. 11 points, 3 rebounds, 7 assists, 5 of 13 shooting, 2 steals, a block, a 3-pointer. LeVert has just not been back to the self yet. I think next year he might be worth an ad. I don't know if his value is going to drop, though. I think people might write off this post-injury return. So we'll see how far he drops in the rankings, if at all. But has not been great since coming back. 12 points tonight, 5 rebounds, 2 assists on 6 of 13 shooting, a steal. Dinwiddie, nice scoring night here, 19 points. 2 3-pointers, but not much else. 2 rebounds and 2 assists. Ed Davis trying to stream blocks, rebounds. 9 rebounds tonight. Will not do anything else, unfortunately. Even hurt you tonight. Field goal percentage 1 of 4, but can certainly get you blocks. Carroll played 13 minutes off the bench. Dudley 15. Hollis Jefferson has been off the radar for a while. The one guy that stands out here is Crabb. Is he worth a pickup after one game? I'd say no. I think this is very much a team that you kind of know a few good players you can trust to be decent, and then every once in a while break out, and then someone randomly will break out on a random game. And tonight it was Crabb. Game 4 of the evening, Charlotte goes into Houston. They lose 106-118. On the Hornets side, Kemba Walker, strong night here. 14-20 shooting, 40 points overall, 10 rebounds, 7 assists. 6 of 6 from three-point land, 6 of 7 from the line. A block to go along with that. Interesting here that Lamb was back in the starting lineup. Batum was out tonight. Dwayne Bacon started as well, and Miles Bridges. We had some injuries here. Zeller was out tonight. Kid Gilchrist was out. Batum was out. Marvin Williams was out, so missing a lot of their core players. So let's go through some of these lines. Lamb actually, despite the 37 minutes, very much struggled tonight, just 3 of 12 shooting for 8 points. Did have 6 assists, a steal, block, 4 rebounds, 2 3-pointers. Very low in fantasy line. Hernan Gomez gets a start, and I thought he could do better than this. Just took 3 attempts, 2 points total, 6 rebounds, 4 assists in the 24 minutes. He ended up playing 3 fouls, so it wasn't even a terrible foul night. Miles Bridges, 30 minutes, 12 points, 6 rebounds, 5 of 12 shooting, single 3-pointer. Dwayne Bacon, 13, 3 and 2 on 5 of 11 from the field, 1 steal. If these guys were to sit out for extended time, I think Bridges is the one you want. Lamb, I assume, is owned everywhere. Hernan Gomez does not look like it's working out here in Charlotte. we know that in prior years he's been a permanent beast, but I don't trust what's happened here when he has had time in Charlotte. Bacon, I don't know enough about him to really trust him. It's Bridges who has the upside and the talent, and if Charlotte is looking like they're going to rest some guys and let Bridges kind of go crazy, he could be fantasy relevant for sure. So keep an eye on him. Maybe take a speculative ad if you have the ability to do that and not lose someone that could provide value, especially 14-team leagues or deeper. At least in my leagues, I've got a couple guys that barely make the cut. So I'll be looking at Miles Bridges. Malik Monk, 26 minutes off the bench, 10 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist. That's not going to get enough to be relevant. Kaminsky, 22 minutes, but night to night he's going to be untrustworthy. Houston side, Eric Gordon for the second night in a row lights it up here. 5 3-pointers, 22 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. Great scoring night, a single block. 7 of 14 from the field, so he was also helping you there. PJ Tucker got so quiet again. 3 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, steal, block, a 3. Does that 1-1-1 with regularity, but it's just not enough. Clint Capella, strong night here. 19 points, 15 rebounds, 2 assists. Harden, 28, 6, and 10 on 7 of 21 shooting, 11, 12 from the line, 3 steals, 3 3-pointers. Chris Paul, 10 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 3-pointers. Fareed, this is the interesting one. Played 20 minutes tonight, had a chance because of the one-sidedness of the game. 16 points, 9 rebounds. So great line here from him. He even went 6 of 6 from the line, which is not usual for him, but great to see him doing that. A steal, a block. He's certainly working on that free throw shot. Not much else here to talk about. One-sidedness. Some of these backups got to run. Austin Rivers got 22 minutes. Shumpert, 19. Gerald Green, 18. It's really going to be matchup dependent. And then Charlotte being so depleted tonight, it wasn't going to be a fair fight even if they were fully healthy. So tonight, nowhere near that. All right. Last game of the night, OKC Thunder against the Jazz. I'm going to go ahead and jump right in here. It is not quite over, but it's a 14-point spread with about a minute to go. We'll see if anything jumps out here. Paul George, he's low shooting night tonight. Did not take his complimentary 18 to 20 shots, 7 as of 1 minute to go. Really, the line here is Westbrook, who's on the verge of a triple-double yet again. Steal, a block, 2 3-pointers, and shooting pretty well by his standards. 9-19 from the field. Unfortunately, he's still struggling from the line. 3 of 6 from the free throw line. So tough to overcome his percentage in that category. Schroeder has a great night off the bench. 24 points and 7 rebounds, 3 assists at this point. On the Utah side, Ingles very much struggling tonight, shooting just 2 of 9 from the field. Favors not doing much in this matchup. He's 2 of 5 with 5 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. Donovan Mitchell, he put up 25 points, but he's struggling as well from the field. 8 of 22 with 5 steals, though, and a block. Gobert, 15-11. Crowder's had a nice night off the bench. 12 points, 9 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 3-pointers, and a steal. 5 of 15 overall. Korver, someone who I thought might be stream-worthy this week. Not doing it tonight. Just 1 of 5 shooting, 2 points, 2 rebounds, 2 steals. But killing you from the field. And I was hoping for a couple 3-pointers. 0 tonight. So, yeah, kind of a quick show tonight. Nothing to take away from the Utah side. Dante Exum getting 14 minutes here towards some garbage time. Rubio was out, so they did start Royce O'Neal, who I forgot to mention. He played 40-plus minutes here, 17 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists. As long as Rubio stays out, I think he could be worth owning, and then goes back to the bench or off your roster once Rubio is back. So he is an option who may be available. All right, I am going to sign off. Adrian is going to hop on here for the last game, Boston, LA. And you can hit me up on Twitter if you have any feedback, any questions, any concerns. I'm at Ball with Neil, BALLWITHNEIL. And I'll be back tomorrow night.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the Box Score Breakdown Show. My name is Adrian Benjamins, and we got one more game to go over. And this one was a doozy. The Clippers getting the victory here, 140 to 115. Let's take a look at the Celtics side and see how they did. And man, big blowout, really disappointing game for Boston. And I'm going to start with Kyrie Irving, who had a pretty good game here. 18 points, 1 steal, 1 assist, 2 rebounds, 2 threes on 8 of 17 shooting. Jaylen Brown, who got the start for Jason Tatum. It is when Tatum's got a sore shoulder. Sounds like he's day-to-day, so hopefully he will not miss too much time here. Jaylen Brown looked really nice moving into the starting lineup. He had 22 points. 3 steals, 7 rebounds. He had 3 threes on a very efficient 9 of 13 shooting. Al Horford, 10 points, 2 steals, 4 assists. This is a little disappointing. Marcus Morris with 11 points, 2 rebounds. So not too much there from some of these other guys. Terry Rozier had a nice game off the bench, 26 points with 2 assists, 2 rebounds, 6 threes. He had it going from deep tonight. 10 of 14 from the field. It's a really good game from him. Gordon Hayward was disappointing. I really thought that he might see a nice uptick with Jason Tatum out of the lineup, but it didn't really happen for him. And man, the Celtics definitely have some issues right now. Let's see if they can get it worked out for the postseason. Moving over to the Clippers side of the game, man, they have been looking really good from a reality standpoint. Man, when they made the Tobias Harris trade, I really thought that they would just fall off, and I thought their playoffs were done, and they've just been winning and playing really good ball. And let's take a look at their box score and see how they did. Patrick Beverley with 11 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds, and 2 threes on 4 of 8 shooting. Danilo Gallinari, who has been really, really good this season, has been a pleasant surprise, just exceeding the value that I thought he would have this year. He had 25 points, 2 assists, 5 rebounds, with 4 threes on a very efficient 9 of 12 shooting from the field, 3 of 3 from the line. Zubac with a nice game here, 14 points, 2 assists, and 7 rebounds. He was 6 of 7 from the field and 2 of 2 from the line. Landry Shamet had 11 points, 5 assists, 2 rebounds, 3 threes on 4 of 6 shooting from the field. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, this is a decent game from him. 12 points, 1 steal, 3 assists, 5 rebounds, 1 three on 4 of 7 shooting from the field, 3 of 3 from the line. Off the bench, they got some nice games, some nice production, specifically from Lou Williams, who had 34 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds. He shot 14 of 20 from the field. He added 2 threes and shot a perfect 4 of 4 from the line. Montrezl Harrell put up a nice game in just 21 minutes. He had 20 points, 1 steal. 20 points, 1 steal, 2 assists, 6 rebounds. He shot 8 of 12 from the field and 4 of 5 from the line. So a really nice game from the Clippers. They've been playing really good, and I think they're kind of a lock to make the playoffs now. All right, you guys, that is it for all of the games from Monday night. I hope you guys are, I hope your playoffs have started well. And I hope that you guys have a successful week. Hit us up on Twitter. He was at Ball with Neil. I'm at Adrian Benjamins. And we'll be back tomorrow night for some more fantasy action. See you later.
This has been a Hoop Ball presentation.